Okay. Hello, good evening. This is the New Zealand Bodies and More fortnightly Zoom call. And we are talking about bodies, the land of New Zealand, and everything else that comes up. And this time we have the amazing Andrew Quinlan. Mm-hmm. And we will talk about an amazing topic that is relationship and how it can how our bodies can contribute to our relationships and how we can use our body and how whether is there anyone who's talking to his or her body and asking questions about the body, what the body would like to do or how it can contribute to the relationship that we have, and so more. So yeah, so welcome, Andrew.
Hey, Rocky.
So what should we know about you? Because the amazing thing was when I met you, it was a few months ago. I would say now it's more than a half year ago. There was out of the box intro night organized by Chrissy Shirley. It was the first time we met. And it was so amazing to see that how vibrant and energetic you are. And yeah, and that amazing smile that you have, that it just sparkling. And it's really great to see people that they are happy and they live the life that they are looking for, and that's just magical. So welcome here. And yeah, we are going to have an amazing hour.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Rocky.
Thank you for coming. So previously, you mentioned that when we had a chat a few weeks ago that there is a lot you learned about or you have to talk about relationship, and yeah, and that's what I wanted to talk about tonight. What is your take on relationships and bodies?
Yeah. Well, a big thing that's been going on for me lately, I've been helping a couple of friends in America, and they're the world's nicest people. They're two total humanoids, and they're very, very powerful. Like if you imagine like Vin Diesel and The Rock having a punch up, you know, that's kind of the power of
Hello. Can you hear us?
I can hear you, but I think Andrew is frozen.
Oops. Hi, Josephine. How are you?
Good, how are you? I think we should run some entity clearings.
All right, let's do it.
Especially the frozen ones.
Clearing all the frozen entities. All right.
Should we just do some 1, 2, 3s?
Oh, why not? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I have to say thank you so much for all the frozen entities, because it just made me laughing. I think they did their job.
Well, he brought them up. He's talking about these two potent Americans, and now this American's coming on, and it's like, whoa, what's going on? I can't wait to hear the rest of this.
So you are here to replacing them?
Apparently, or to help with them, because there's a lot of, yeah.
Yeah. How are you, Josephine?
Hi.
We meet.
So nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. Very cool.
Oh my gosh, you are so lovely. I love those glasses.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Josephine.
Josephine, and you've got like this red, is that naturally red hair?
It is.
Wow. How potent are you?
Yeah, fell in a cauldron, eh?
I love it. Hey, Hey, we don't need entity clearings. We've got goddesses giggling and laughing.
Well, I showed up upside down, didn't I, Rocco? So.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, exactly. When
How does it get better than that?
get together, you know.
Potency, even upside down. That's a talent.
Absolutely. The numbers of conversations I've had with people, and they've just gone, "Hey, you're upside down. That's so cool." It's like, happiness is good.
Yes, giggling transmutes all.
Absolutely. Clears everything.
There is nothing to fix here. It's all
No?
good.
Exactly. Be yourself.
Okay, Andrew, what would it take for you to come back now?
Yeah.
Unfrozen. Let's unfreeze Andrew. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Contribute to Andrew as a 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we want a different future where Andrew can come on screen. 1, 2, 3,
Yes.
4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Exactly. And how are you, Rocco?
Oh, cool. Really good.
Cool.
We had a beautiful day on the beach with Sheila. And imagine that that's New Zealand and it's winter, so it's not.
Yeah.
But winter is beautiful here. It was a beautiful day, so we spent like 2 hours walking up
I
and
just
down.
heard a beep.
Oh,
Oh, no, that was someone on Facebook. I'm back in New Zealand, Rocco.
all right. Where are you now?
Currently West Auckland.
Wow.
Okay,
Yeah. So, Henderson.
Henderson. Cool.
Yeah.
So you enjoyed the great weather.
Yeah, the great weather in New Zealand.
Today it was beautiful. You know, it's it's winter. It's winter. Elsewhere in Europe, winter it's just terrible. But it was so hot that we were walking on the beach in a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Most people go from New Zealand to the Gold Coast.
Yes.
In the weather, Josephine, but I actually went from Gold Coast.
Well, you do things upside down, Miss Redhead.
I do tend to do things a little differently, yeah. And like on the TV show that I'm on, I'm doing some work on TV. We went to a wedding.
Wonderful.
And like we really should have had gumboots. The girls were in heels, and they were one of the girls that was doing her line. She went to say her line as she moved, stuck in the mud, and I was like,
That's hysterical.
It was very.
Do you have any questions about bodies and relationships? How a body can contribute to a relationship?
Wow.
That's the question.
Did you use your body ever to contribute to your relationship?
Apparently so.
Oh.
Something came up yesterday that I'd love to be able to talk about because it just keeps popping up in my awareness. So when I was a little girl, I literally got stopped in my tracks on the way to school. I was like 6 or 7 years old, but school was only a couple of blocks away and it was no big deal. I walked to school by myself. And this squirrel ended up on my path dead. And I literally like stopped and cried, and it ruined my entire day. Like I probably, now knowing, took on the feeling of that squirrel.
Oh.
So yesterday, you know, as I'm like in the process of like launching my business in a big way and blah, 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 you know, like just creating a lot. And I met this woman and, you know, I'm helping her market her business, which is another thing that I've been doing for people. And she's local. And so we're kind of becoming friends. I mostly use Uber, and she was going to the supermarket, so we went together. Well, her 2 kids came with us, and her little girl, who's 5 years old, like cute as can be. She like looks like a princess, a Brazilian princess with long black hair, these gorgeous eyes, the most manipulative child I have ever met in my life. I've never seen a child cry when they receive ice cream because she didn't like the cone. She wanted it without the cone. Well, take off the fucking cone.
Yeah.
But no, like mommy literally was like, oh, and I'm just like, so then she says, oh, I want you to come home and see my pet. I'm like, pet? I had already instructed the mom, because I've worked with children for 25 years. This child should not have a pet because she will abuse the pet. So we get there. She has, oh my God, she has a guinea pig named Popcorn. She's literally going to pop this guinea pig. She was squeezing it so tight. And the thing is like shivering. And I'm literally like, and the guinea pig is talking to me, like scared out of its mind. And I'm feeling what the guinea pig's feeling. And I was just like, my body was starting to contract. I'm like, how do I explain this? Because they're mostly Portuguese speaking. So we're using a translator on her cell phone. It was hysterical, but not. Like I literally walked away like, okay, I'm leaving now. I gotta go breathe.
Cool. We are so lucky. Andy just came back.
Yay.
Now I unmuted him. Hello,
Sure.
can you hear us?
Yeah, totally. I'm back. Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
No problem.
What would it take to create a new super fast computer that just wants to come and find me?
So, thanks for coming back. So it was about the story that you started.
Yeah. So, rightio. So these guys, they're both very potent beings, is the best way to put it. Like, they're very strong, very headstrong. They've got a lot of energy and very, you know what I mean, just anything they do, they put 150% into it. And what they were doing, what I found, was they were both doing nice things for each other. But you guys, you've heard of the like love languages and stuff like that? So some people they're about touch, other people they're words of affirmation, some people buy gifts, receive gifts, and so forth. Now, what I found was these guys, they're these guys, they were both doing nice things for each other, but because the other person wasn't actually receiving it, they were getting disheartened and they were getting frustrated with it. Like frustration was a real big thing. And in the end, they're like, hey, why am I doing all of this nice stuff for the other person? They don't like me. Now, it wasn't actually that. It's just simply the fact that they weren't speaking the same language. So it's kind of the same like if you were in Zimbabwe trying to order off the menu with the waiter, and you don't speak Zimbabwean or whatever it is they speak, you know what I mean? You can imagine how quickly that frustration is going to build. So, that there did come into my awareness quite a bit. And actually, I was just working with them kind of how they can like stop for a second and realize what the other person is actually saying and come through.
And how much of that is about not willing to receive or having expectations that this is the way I want to receive, or this is the way I would like to receive, or this is what I would like to receive from my partner, and this is what I've learned from my parents and anywhere else, that this is the way to communicate or receive kindness and love and caring. Yeah.
Yes, that was definitely going on as well.
Yeah. I mean, that's just the same thing with other words.
Yeah, no, there was definitely a lot of that stuff going on as well. Like a lot of projections. When you get married, it's meant to look like this. When you have a wife, it's meant to look like that. When you have kids, it's meant to look like that. And there's so we did a lot of clearings around that stuff. And I actually got a text message the other day saying, man, we haven't communicated this good since like we used to be friends before we even got married.
So what have you done? You cleared things for them, or?
Not so much the traditional access approach, but more just using words, talking through it. One thing I've come to learn is the traditional access approach and people that can receive it, man, the clearings are so quick. having to try and use like actual normal words and put it into a normal sentence and stuff, it takes a wee bit longer. Yeah, not that it's a bad thing. That this is, I was aware that that's what they could actually receive, you know, and yeah, they couldn't receive anything like where you can take a session to. But for these guys, for a start, it was, yeah, absolutely phenomenal where they've started from and come to.
Yeah, but that's the amazing part, that so facilitating others doesn't mean you have to always use the same type of access. I mean, these words that we use in access, because that's the thing, that be aware of what they can receive, and that's amazing.
Yeah, it's quite funny. It came up in a conversation when I was talking with my friend, the male half of the equation over there, and we were talking for about an hour. I said, now, dude, look, for the last hour, I've disagreed with 90% of the stuff you have said. Or I haven't disagreed, but I've pulled you up on it. I've said, hey, what's really going on? You know, you haven't quite got that right. And he said, yeah. And then I was like, but do you feel received? It's like, yeah. Are you having a good conversation? Yeah. And even though I told him I was disagreeing with 90% of the stuff he said, he was having one of the best conversations with me. Which, yeah, really brought me to the awareness of, and also helped me look at my own life and where I've been, like, kind of always focusing on the next step or where it's going or something, as opposed to actually, okay, what is this person saying? You know, what can I receive here? Or, hey, they're doing this. Where are they coming from? Or what do they actually mean? You know, so, yeah.
And so one thing is that is important, that when we communicate to each other, one is the verbal communication, but the other one, they call it as body language. But we are quite good at, or at many places you can learn that I have to see what they do with their body. But how many times that's just sort of a generalized sort of language, or you have a general dictionary that if someone crosses their arms, that means they are quite contracted or closed or not ready or not open to what you want to say. But you know, if you don't if you don't use your awareness about what's energetically behind, because very often people learn this, but energetically there is something behind it. So one thing is knowing so many rules, and the other thing is really working with your body and using your awareness to become aware of the other person and their needs, or what they want to say, what is behind their words, and that's the other great part of communication.
Yeah, well, these guys, a big part of it was actually like dropping the barriers, you know, and not going into the reaction, or not being that stuck on a fixed point of view of, I've got to fight to defend it. And yeah, even just the exploring of that with two people that are completely kind of new to this stuff. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing, you know, to see how quickly, like, once they drop the barriers and once they actually like acknowledge the other person, and just simple things like, okay, I hear what you're saying. Yep, I see where you're coming from. You know, this is the reason why I'm doing this. It's because maybe I saw my father do it. So that's what I'm doing. Is there something different? And yeah, just taking them through the process there to where they are actually now, it's, yeah, just been phenomenal for me. And also for those guys.
Yeah. Yeah, just a few words about you. So do you live in a relationship?
Yes, married, 2 kids.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when was the last time when you used, let's say, the lower the barriers as a tool in relationship?
But I use it every day on a daily basis. Like, I'd love to say I'm perfect, but no, I'm still trying to work my way through this life and this reality. And yeah, just kind of take each day as it comes, take each moment, and yeah, I don't know, kind of make the most of everything.
Yeah, that's the amazing part. When you use the tools, it just transforms everything quickly, and then sooner or later it just becomes normal, and it's an everyday thing that you use all time long. Do we have a question?
Oh, no, I was just going to say, have you seen his children? They are not just children, they are creator light beings in a human form. So if you don't already know it, Andrew, they're definitely telepathically communicating with me and would love to co-create magic with you.
That's awesome. It wouldn't
They're
surprise me.
amazing.
It really wouldn't.
They're so amazing. They're the reason I'm on this call. I just realized I was asking, like, why am I on?
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you
And
so much.
wait till you hear the recording, because I think the story that I was telling while you were frozen and then came back on is going to be a contribution to you in some way.
Okay.
They're massive creator beings. They can actually mess with your electronics.
Yeah, so if you don't know, so what is your business that you are running, Andrew?
So I have a electrical business, and also stepping into the role of being a like facilitator and healer and stuff.
Yeah, and that's the interesting part. Like, just don't have a conclusion about what is your profession or what, and what you can do. And there should not be any connection, or no one has to think that there is any connection, and there is no reason to have any judgment around it.
There's an electrical connection.
Cool.
It's awesome. You should look at their picture, Rocco. You're gonna be like,
So if anyone ever had a problem with his or her partner, there is this really simple, very amazing tool called Lower Your Barriers, which Andrew was talking about. What it means and what is the background that we have our barriers up. From the beginning of our life, we learned that we have to create some sort of protection or barriers that protects us, because other people want this or that, and that's not good, and that's sort of offending us. And then you just need to have your protection around you, like barriers or shields. And we strongly believe that is needed. However, what came up in Access Consciousness, that just lower your barriers when you want to receive more, or you would like to have a better connection with someone. And by doing that, you start to receive all the information from the other person, and also you allow the other person to create a better connection or new connection points with you. So the all sort of energy flows and communication is just tremendously improved suddenly when you do the lowering your barriers. And at the beginning, it jumps up and stays there up again, and you think, oh, I lowered my barriers and it should stay like that. But at the first time, maybe it's worth trying to lower it again in every 5 minutes. And then, like a muscle, it gets better and better and better. And that improves the communication and your relationship in many ways. So if you have never done that before, I would like to really encourage everyone on the call and everyone who will listen to these calls that please lower your barriers when you are with your partner or with your family members and you want to have a better relationship with them. Yeah, even with your boss or kids. Oh, as well with clients. That's amazing if you do that with clients. Actually, there is no reason not to do that. So do it all the time. Yeah.
Just with everyone.
Yeah.
Just but lowering, since returning to New Zealand, I've had some amazing experiences, complete strangers just giving me rides to places. I was waiting to, because I was going to work because I was acting on Shortland Street, and the taxi just didn't show up, and I'd been phoning and I was getting frustrated. I was like, oh, I'm going to be late. What am I going to do? And there was this guy sitting in a car, and he'd been sitting there kind of probably about the time I'd been waiting and frustrated. And I was just like, should I just ask him? What if I just ask him if he'll take me? And I sort of rang, and then I got off the phone, and then he just called out and he said, do you want me to drive you there? I was like, complete strangers. I was lost again the other day because, coming back from somewhere, I ended up at Westgate. I was meant to be at Westfield. And exactly. And this girl said, "Yeah, I'll take you." And then I said, "Oh, but it's quite a walk to the bus stop." She said, "I'll carry your bag." And I just went,
I'm telling
wow.
you, it's the red hair. It's totally red hair.
Yeah. I just, yeah. I think, though, it's because I'm more willing to receive from anyone without judgment. I'm currently in a place and there's 3 Indian guys, and I've stayed with people that are Chinese, Danish, German, everything, Japanese, and people are like, I'm just having much less points of view and just having those barriers down. Well, this is me and this is who this person is. And it's amazing what you get, what you receive. Phenomenal.
Thank you. Right. So the question is, Andrew, so how, do you use it in your business, lowering your barriers?
I do use it in my business. I was actually going to just ask you, Rocky, what your awareness is of a couple of times it's come up, and there's one part of town which I'm kind of looking at it, and it's the cheaper part. It's awkward to get to. It's further out, and there's a bit of a general trend that I'm kind of seeing, which I'm wondering if it's my point of view or something. But this is they're the kind of people that it's like, oh, the price tag says $58. You charge me $59. I'm going to make a big scene out of that and make you wrong. And then I'm only going to pay you $50 because you tried charging me $1 more. And, so I'm getting something like this, and you do the work, and it's hard to know. Like, they'll bring you something that they got dirt cheap, which only has half the components to actually make it work. So you've got to modify something. It takes you extra time, which when you charge by the hour, that's extra money. So you give them the bill and they're like, what? Get all freaked out about it. Then decide that they don't really want to pay you or they want a discount. So it's like, so push the barriers down, say, okay, look, sorry guys, hey, and obviously what I can see is they had an idea in mind of what it was going to cost. And to them, they're like, oh, it should only cost $20, even though it's a $200 job. Now, just wondering what your awareness is there, because it's like, hey guys, it did require extra. It wasn't in perfect condition. Should it have been in perfect condition, it would have been real simple, but I had to modify it up for you.
Yeah, I think one thing is the deal and deliver. Have you heard about that, or anyone heard about that? That's,
vaguely.
Yeah, that's one part when you are in business. Just upfront clarify with the client or with the customer that what it's going to cost to them, and what do they require. Are you willing to do that, and are they willing to pay for that the price that you ask for that? And so that's the deal and the deliver. So both agree on the deal, like both sides, and then both parties agree on what is going to be delivered by when and how, in which way. And one part also, which is important, is acknowledge yourself and see yourself as a valuable person or a valuable product. If you don't see yourself, it makes it really, really hard. And the other person who you do make the deal with, they will not see you as valuable. So they try to push down the prices and try to negotiate something else that doesn't make you happy at all. So, but it's interesting. So that's sort of the energy language or the body language behind it. When you value yourself and you're totally clear on, this is my hourly rate and this is what I do, people will look for you that, oh, this is the guy who can do the job, and I'm happy to pay for that job. So, can you hear me?
Also, Andrew, are they actually able to receive what you're wanting to give to them?
I don't think so, eh?
Yeah. Because I was going to say $10 Tauranga. Have you not heard of? Yeah, $10 Tauranga. And just I noticed from being back from Australia, there is quite a poverty consciousness in New Zealand.
Yeah.
That if you can get it cheap, then why pay more?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And Andrew, your children are saying if you just asked us, we'd be able to fix what you just took an hour to do in 10 minutes. So if you were to drop your barriers and expand out to your children and ask for their contribution, you might fix things quicker.
Wow. I'm going to have a chat with you after this one, Josephine.
Oh, I would love it. You should hear
I've
their
had some
laugh
stuff coming up in
there.
my awareness that it's like, hold on, there's something else here. What am I just not quite getting?
So just so that you get a clue about it, just a tiny clue about what I'm talking about. My phone, my iPhone charger cord, and I've been in zone of demons back in my hometown, right? And for the last few months, and I'm whispering because my mom is in the other room. Anyway, so I'm literally there's swarmed with demons. They're messing with my electrical stuff and whatever. So my charger isn't working, and it's not working for 2 days. And I was just like, what the fuck? This thing is gonna work, and it's gonna work now. And I put it in, and just boom, it started working. That's what your children are capable of doing, just like that.
What?
Yeah.
So yeah, it'd be a pleasure to talk to you. They're loving it.
Oh, cool. Okay, probably not on this call because
No.
everybody else here. But yeah, I'll give you a buzz
but
later.
their bodies, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, what you were saying there, Christina. I'm very aware. Well, I'm very aware Tauranga is $10 Tauranga, and I'm trying to push down those points of view and barriers and stuff, and say, okay, where are the customers that? Because I had a customer a little while ago. He spent $7,500 on 3 light fittings, and he paid me $2,500 to install them. It's like, yes, please, I'll have some more of that.
Yeah.
$10,000 on 3 lights. Hands up, who would like to spend $10,000 on 3 lights? Yeah, so it's real crazy actually being in Tauranga, because there's 2 real different mixes. You've got some super rich people that, and then you've got the real poverty consciousness, and it's just real. Oh, that cost $1. It said 99 cents. It's you are so wrong. It's like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
So if you would ask your body, what contribution it can be to you during these communications and these deals, what would it change? So what else is possible if you ask, let's say, if you ask your body, okay, this is a job I have to do. Hey, buddy, what are you aware of? How can we do it quicker? Let's say if you have the deal, or easier. And another thing is, because your body is the one that needs shelter, food, clothes, pay the bills, have a place to sleep, and all these things. So you can ask your body, okay, what contribution you can be to have paying customers, and also what can I do with my body to attract more clients, or what contribution can my body be to my business and to my finances, to have more money, have more paying clients, have more contracts, well-paying contracts that's worth doing, that is honoring me. And also you can ask the client's body upfront. Let's say, just talking to the client's body. Hey, I'm doing this job. Could you please contribute to it? And also, you can invite all the buddies from the city or from other regions that you are happy to go to work. That, hey, I'm doing this job. All the buddies who require that, please bring the clients here. Yeah.
It's that thing though too, you could be the most beautiful diamond in the world, right? But people like pearls. So there's going to be some people that are going to appreciate the diamonds and just love the diamond, and there's going to be others that, what did someone say, don't give diamonds to a pig, because it's not going to appreciate them. So only surround yourself with the people that are going to appreciate, you know what I mean, and value you.
Wow.
Oh, totally. That's cool. So one thing I've been doing is, like, I've kind of been asking the question and just being aware of what a customer is able to receive, what they're willing to pay and stuff like that. But if in their reality, to them, to pay $10 for a $1,000 job is totally sweet, so that, you know, they are quite happy. It's like a stupid person doesn't know they're stupid. Unfortunately, for some people who are so aware or a bit smarter, it's, you know, it's hard, to think on that, well, I won't say lower level, but it's hard to just think simply because you have so much stuff going on. So if somebody's got that going on, they're like, oh, okay, this is the answer, pay $10 for a $1,000 job. Within their reality, nothing is going to be out of place. They're not going to have that mindset that they're actually deceiving the other person. And to them, the other person has actually done wrong because they've said, hey guys, look, it's actually $500 for that. But they're like, oh no, it's not, it's only 10. And they can't actually see any wrongness in it.
Yeah, no, it's their reality. It's their world. It's their filters, you know, of what they know as well. It's not necessarily they're wrong or anything. It's just what they know. And I guess for me, I'm just choosing to put my energy where it's appreciated, and not just, you know what I mean? It's not that I can't find the word, dismiss other people, but I'm just choosing to, I'm a diamond, and I'm choosing to be with other people that are seeing their greatness and working with their greatness. That's what it's about, you know? So, yeah.
Beautiful. That's the goddess energy for sure.
Yeah, totally. It is. It's don't lessen yourself. Don't lessen yourself to make other people feel comfortable around you. Because they can't receive the diamond or goddess or God or whatever that you truly be. Yeah.
So in terms of customers there, like what question can we ask to attract the customers that, you know, appreciate the diamonds or appreciate what you have to offer and don't want to discount you for it?
Got to value yourself first.
Yeah. And I found too that doing energy pulls for like just 15 minutes a day, twice a day, to like pull in those people who are going to value me and see me for my worth has been helping a ton.
If someone doesn't know for some reason the energy pull exercise, what is that? You pull energy from, first you lower your barriers. Hopefully by now you know what is that. So lower your barriers. If you don't know how to lower your barriers, it's very simple. Just tell yourself, now I lower my barriers and lower my barriers and further down and down and down and down and further down and down and down and down and down. And suddenly you feel some level of contractedness just disappears from your world and you become more relaxed. And that's sort of, to me, it means that, oh, I'm fine. Now I get to the point. And then ask yourself to expand out and further out and out and out and out and out beyond the edges of the universe, which wouldn't go there logically. It doesn't really exist, but beyond. And and then also that creates a shift in your level of energy. And then you start to pull energy into you and through you from all directions of the universe and each and every molecules of the universe. Because the great thing is the molecules of the universe, they are full of consciousness. So you pull energy and you pull in information and you pull in all possibilities. And it's never something that is worse than what you had before, and it's never something that is less than what you had before. So you're never pulling in something that is bad or that can attack you or offend you or make you less or hurt you, because there is consciousness in the universe and these molecules. So you just pull in all the energy and through you and all directions. So from below you and above you and behind you and in front of you and from the two sides of you, and you just keep asking yourself. So you don't have to do any visioning, or it just telling yourself, and it starts to happen, and you start to feel more energized, and it starts to flow through you. So maybe the first time you have to do it for 15 or 20 minutes, and then it will speed up for the second or third time, and just keep it as a daily practice in every morning and every evening. And as a first step, if you do it just pulling energy into you and through you, then you will feel so energized and capable and ready for anything, like a supernova after 20 minutes. And then after that, you can, all right, what's the sense, or what was the energy that you would like to have, you would like to invite into your universe, which is really about, okay, how would it feel to have 10 grand earned this week? What would it create in your universe? And just have that energy and put it in front of you into an energy ball, and pull energy into that from all directions of the universe. So into that and through that, and just keep pulling into it, and pull stronger and stronger and stronger, and 100 times and 1,000 times and million times stronger and stronger and stronger. And then it starts to grow, and then allow tiny trickles to go back to the people who are willing to contribute to you in any ways. It doesn't really matter if they are connectors and they are not giving you any money or any new contract, but they will send you new people or connect you with people who are looking for you. Or so what happens after that? You just do it every day and see the new people and new opportunities are coming into your way. And that's an amazing thing to do every day, every morning and every evening. And I bet after 7 days, your life starts to change. I would say after the first day, you start to see different things. But keep doing it at least for 7 days. It's a huge contribution to your life and your business, and your family as well, and your body. Yeah. Hi. I just can't see Andrew. I'm looking for him. Oh, I see you. So one thing, if you are looking for the clients who are willing to pay the money that you would be happy to earn, you really have to be sure or aware what is your price, or what would be the amount of money that would make you happy, and be willing to ask for that. Because if we go into the reality of the outer world, or whatever, of the environment where we live in, then what it means, we just have to simply fit into the box that's not going to pay your bills, or it's not going to help you too much. But if you are happy or ready to change the reality, you don't have to change their reality. You have to be ready and willing to change your own reality. And as an infinite being, you don't need money. But your body needs money, your family needs money, and your body needs shelter and food and all those things. So you can ask your body to please contribute to all of this. That's why what you do first, you sort of pull energy into your body. And also your body starts to have an amazing become an amazing shining star. And that itself just becomes so attractive to people, men and women. So they want to come to you, and they don't know why, just start to love hanging around you. So if you start to look for people, like new clients, and they start to have meetings with you, just that sensation of your energy field, or your being and your body, that will sign the contract for you.
I literally had people walking into me the other day in the supermarket. I'm just like, what? Did you just have to touch me or something? It was like they knew I was there. I could see them, they could see me, and they were still, you just had to bump into me, okay?
you know, Christina Divine. The divine is just walking.
Yeah.
It is.
We have to touch her.
Absolutely. Then the more, you know, the whole thing about divine, see divine, when you see that you're divine, that you're a divine spark of the universe or whatever you choose it to be, then others see that too. And they're just drawn to it. I mean, yeah, that's the truth. Hey, Josephine.
I just saw a meme, literally, like, of you.
A what?
Just a meme for your business of you, like, going like this, you know, just spreading your divine nature and people bumping into you. That's awesome. What a great story.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, yeah. When you value you and you see, and we haven't been taught that. I certainly was not taught that by my family. I certainly was not treated like that by my family. Neither in school, you know, but I had to learn to see my own beauty, and I had to learn to love myself. And when you love yourself and value yourself, others just can't help but love you as well. You know, they're just, yeah, that's it. That's the way it is.
And even culturally, not just to mention like society in terms of what society has done with women, but in some cultures,
Yeah.
you know, that subjugation energy, you know, that less than, and almost like a slavery kind of thing.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. You shouldn't be that rainbow, you
Right.
know.
You can't be so bright.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm pretty bright today. Generally, that's, you know, I'm in this neighborhood and I just know walking around the neighborhood, I know I look different. I dress very different than everyone else. And I'm totally okay with that. Be yourself in a world that is wanting to as well, but needs to be given permission to.
So as a father, what amazing contribution you can be to your children. Being the aware father and you know, ask your body to contribute and ask your body to turn on or turn it up and up and up and up. And what amazing teacher you can be, or what background you can provide and create for your children that further encourages them and empowers them to be who they truly are. And just imagine that if you could have this when you were a child, that what super contribution it could have been, or it could have been to anyone on earth, having parents like this, like being aware what you can be with your body, how valuable you are, what contribution you can be, not just to your family, but to the whole environment around you, to other people. Just by being there and being you and choosing to be you and choosing more and more and more, not giving up that what others choosing and seeing that as right or wrong, just choosing what works for you because that's fun. So that's so amazing that as a father that you can do this to your children.
Yeah. Begin to reparent, don't you? You begin to become the parent to yourself that maybe as a child. Yeah.
I don't know how many of us have you know, parents that are in the afterlife, but
oh yeah.
I'm seeing a whole bunch of them say, like, and getting the impression that we're now parenting them into consciousness.
Wow.
So they're learning from us. So how amazing is that?
Yeah.
We're contributing to generations in front of us and also behind us.
Yeah.
Or above us, below us.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, but we also have the same thing, learning from the next generation.
Absolutely.
Like contribution is a two-way path, so it allows you to give and take at the same time, and it doesn't have to be from the same person at the same time, but it happens simultaneously.
Yeah, absolutely.
I used to feel it as a give and take, but since I've been doing these energy pulls, it's less a give and take and more just, I don't even know how to say it, but like waves, like ocean waves in and out of my cells. I don't know how else to say it. It's almost like in some ways I misidentified what contribution was.
Yeah.
Like in order to give, you have to take, and in order to take, you have to give, versus it's an energetic space of like flow.
Well, how much did what we were given come with so many strings attached, Josephine?
Oh my God.
Yeah, I will love you if you do this. And it's like, can I just have that bit because I don't really like the rest of what you just said.
Oh yeah. So what it is like when you have sex and you have an expectation what you want to receive and how it should be like from your partner. Your partner is not doing that because the partner also have an expectation towards you that I would like to receive this and this way, and it ends up something else. So you both enter into a relationship and hoping that that night will be amazing, and then it turns out you expect something and your partner expects something and ends up not having what you expected at the end.
Turning to custard, we say? Turning to custard?
I don't know if the words custard and sex go together in the same sentence.
Oh. Who knows better?
Well, they could do, but
icing sugar and custard.
Well, cream
cinnamon.
And custard.
Ew.
So, yeah. So that's how Pavlova comes into the play.
You never know what's going to happen when you get on a call with Rocco. Where's your gorgeous wife, by the way, Rocco?
Oh, she's online.
Oh, good. She's not on the call. How do you pronounce her name? I'm always like not wanting. I don't know how to pronounce.
Sheila.
Cool. Well, tell her I said hello.
I will. Yeah, from my experience, that because for us access is quite new, and we did so many things before that, but once we started to apply these rules like lower your barriers, it just started to change how we see each other. It started to allow us to receive more from each other and allow ourselves to be who we really want to be and communicate more openly to each other, and that's really grateful for these tools in access consciousness.
Just with that one, Rocket.
Yeah.
I found like one big thing of dropping the barriers. When you drop the barriers, you're not doing resisting and reacting. So you get out of all of the distractors, but it gives you a space where you've got a clear head that you're not making a decision because of this or because of that. You're actually choosing for yourself. And yeah, like that, for me, actually coming to that space, like this was helping my friend, but you know how whenever you help somebody else, you almost see it much more clearer yourself. But yeah, so actually standing in that space where you can make a decision without, or you can make a choice without being influenced by, oh, I must do this or I must do that. And it's just very neutral ground.
Yeah, it just allows you to step out of the polarity and rather become you and get into the oneness.
So like out of our mind and into our heart space, our power more. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
We're all coming from our own position, aren't we? You know, we're all coming from our own place. So I'll be seeing different than what you're seeing, and you'll be seeing different than what I'm seeing. So, yeah, it helps you with that, doesn't it, Rocco? It helps with that communication of kind of, well, you know.
It really allows to transform relationship, because so there is a definition for relationship, which is the distance between two people. And once you lower your barriers, such thing as a definition of relationship, it's because the distance disappears, therefore relationship as we know, as we would define or describe it, it just disappears as well. Yeah.
It's kind of like what you described, Andrew, with your friend, you know, and how you facilitated him. It was more about how you dropped into your heart space, how you became space and were allowance, so he could actually receive what you were saying. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, it's just even cool, like, you know, like the access approach, somebody's like, oh my God, I've got all these weird, messed up kind of thoughts and I want to do this. And you're like, okay, sweet. And they look at you like, hey, I wasn't expecting that response. It's like, dude, let's have some fun with this. Okay. And just actually being all energies. Not that anybody else on this call would be able to do that or quite frequently goes there.
Yeah.
Being an allowance, hey.
Yeah. Allowance is that it allows the different possibility to show up. Yeah. That you are looking for, and especially things that you don't look for. But when they show up, they really change your reality. And that's the real thing that you wanted, but you were unable to describe or define it. And suddenly it's there. And it's so different that you say, oh, this is not what I wanted. And then, well, if I look at it from a more aware space, definitely works better than what I expected.
Yeah, totally. My mum's just had major surgery and I've only just found out, and it came as a shock, as a surprise, because it's the second person in our family that's done the same thing. And, you know, I just said, you know what? It's your choice. It's your body, and I respect what you're choosing. And I mean, it wasn't easy because I was going, are you fucking insane? So, what the fuck, you know? It's helping me to, that's her journey, that's her choice. If she wants to cut herself up, it seems insane to me. But it's her journey, it's her choice. So that's what being allowance is. It's not always easy.
Yeah.
I'm applying that now to what happened with that little girl and the guinea pig today.
Yeah.
You know, I could have just been like, well, you know, this is what guinea pig's choosing. This is what she's choosing. This is what the mom is choosing.
Well, that's an amazing thing that you cannot change anyone, because when you want to change anyone, it's like a push energy.
Yeah.
But the pull energy.
Literally seeing that. I was seeing it in action, because I was like, no, guinea pigs need this. And the little girl was doing the exact opposite. Like what a huge contribution she was to me, the little actress, you know. It was awesome.
Yeah. But the real change happens when you rather apply the pull energy, which is become an invitation to that person by showing them there is a different possibility available, and I'm choosing it, and I'm stepping up, and then suddenly everyone realizes, that thing actually possible. Let's say, relationship can be different. We learned relationship is like this because that's what we learned from our parents or the society or from the friends. And then you follow these rules that this is how you have to be a man, this is how you have to be a woman, and this is how you have to be parents. And these are the things you do at night or you don't do, and how you do it, and all sort of things. And then the other part is, okay, if I'm in allowance with my partner, and I'm allowance with my children, and I'm allowance with my parents, and I'm allowance with my body, okay, what different reality is there that I'm not willing to receive and not willing to acknowledge? and not willing to see or receive it to show up because I'm afraid and I'm so freaked out of all of these things. And then suddenly you start to see and receive, and your body starts to change, your relationship starts to change, and you start to change with ease. And then people around you start to say, oh, you're totally different. What happened to you? You just had a haircut, or what's going on? And then it turns out that they start to like it, and they realize they can choose something else. And then you are an invitation, because you are changing. You are showing that it's possible.
You just turned it around again, Rocco.
I think that's you are who is turned around. It's an interesting point of view who is turned around upside down.
Yeah, exactly. You've literally changed my point of view.
180 degrees.
I love it. That's awesome.
Oh, bloody hell. This computer, I don't know.
I'll leave it. I think it looks really cool. It's like you're doing a headstand, you know?
Yeah.
How talented are you, my goodness.
And she's totally anti-gravitation, because her hair is going up.
She's defying gravity.
That is the name of my chapter in the book.
Oh my God. You have to let me help you market your book. I can't wait.
Oh, awesome. Well, it's not just mine, but it's a group of ours. But that's the chapter of my title of my chapter. Yeah.
Defying Gravity? That's the name of it?
Defy Gravity.
Interesting. Rocco, what did you know?
Ooh, that would take longer than 5 minutes.
I get in my own talk show.
Let's do it.
Yeah, well, I'm coming to America, so.
When are you coming to America?
Good question. As soon as we can get me there.
Well, let me know.
All right. So back to relationships.
Hanging from the ceiling, dancing from the chandelier. I mean,
my goodness, Rocco, what a connector you are here.
So what type of relationships are we aware of? Because relationship is not just between men and women or between adults. You can have a financial relationship to someone as a colleague or as a boss, right? And being that, you can also ask your body to contribute to it as a leader, or also, there is that thing that you don't look for someone who will work for you. Look for people who are willing to work with you. Yeah.
Well, I was having some fun with that one the other day, Rocco. I think I mentioned it to you quickly about money. What if money was the girl next door or the boy next door? What if it was drop dead sexy, you're not allowed it, it flirts around in its underwear in the backyard, is extremely naughty if you go there, you're not meant to. How much do you now desire that money? Or how much would you love to play with that money?
And how much would you be able to seduce that money into your life?
Yeah.
How much fun could you have, cheekily weeking over the fence trying to invite it over?
Rocco wouldn't do that at all.
The best results I get are when I'm cheeky.
And upside down.
I got driven in a Jaguar the other day.
I love it.
I just there I am.
It's the Jaguar.
Yeah, it's when you're cheeky, it takes the energy of play, like children. That's why I love kids, because children are just who they are. They're not trying to be anyone. And it's when you're just being cheeky that I get results. But don't tell anyone. Yeah.
Yeah. What I really loved about this, Andrew, is that really changes the perspective. It really allows us to realize that we are so idiots of not receiving money, of not receiving the playful part of money.
Yes.
What we
Yeah.
learned that it's hard to be a friend of money. It's hard to be with money because it's dirty. For the parents, it was terrible hard to earn. So
Yeah.
what type of relationship you can have with money if these are the things that you learned? And that's a really amazing tool. I hope everyone will remember it tomorrow morning, that just see money as the playful cheeky girl who is so sexy.
Or
Maybe
boy.
or boy. Yeah. I mean, yeah. For
Sorry,
me,
guys,
rather,
but there are
yeah.
two goddesses on the call.
All right.
It's not
Yeah.
complicated.
So just choose the gender that you want, and
Thank you.
also the age brackets as well. So don't worry about
Thank you. Thank you.
And
Yeah.
and see money, yeah, and play with money that way. Yeah. How would it change your willingness and your focus or your intention about money, and and how different would you be? Yeah, and how much allowance with money?
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Andrew. That's really. Yeah. Right. Oh, so we sort of ran over time.
That's all right.
Cool. So what else do we have about relationships and body?
Well, there's one other thing that came up for me in the series of calls that I've had with my friends in America there. And the way I kind of related it to them was schoolyard bickering. So right at the very start, there's, say, two people bump into each other and they're like, have a go at each other, walk it off. 2 weeks later, it happens again. 2 weeks later, it happens again. Then for the rest of the year, the rest of the semester, whatever it is, they're cussing, they're fighting, they're everything. But what I did was I actually pointed out to like my friends, because the second they started talking, it's like, oh, they did this and then that happened and that happened. I'm like, okay, look, guys, shut up. Stop getting lost in the story. But I actually, through it, I was able to show them that it's not everything that happened after. It's like what happened right at the very start. What was that actual trigger? And, like maybe as the one or maybe as the two, but everything after that is just a game of +1. Now, if you imagine these two being heavyweights, like The Rock and Vin Diesel, it's like, I'm going to punch you, I'm going to hit you, I'm going to smash you. Things are going to escalate pretty big. And like these guys are not small players. They really, they'll really go to town. Very, very potent. So, so after the barriers were actually dropped, we were able to hit a new level where it was, hey guys, there's actually something else going on here. And just taking it back to, what actually happened right in the start. Because once upon a time, you guys would have liked each other, which they did agree to, which was before they got married. And then I said, what happened when you got married? It's like both of them unanimously said, things fell apart. I said, why? It's like, oh, when I was 17, I thought marriage was meant to be this, it's meant to be that, is meant to be that. And I said, okay, how's your life now? Boom, exact same thing. And I was like, do you see how you've carried you've carried all those projections into it, and it's turning out exactly as you thought that it would. So through a little bit of work and stuff, took it right the way back to the start. But these guys actually dropping their barriers, communicating, and even something as simple as like, one person will say a sentence, the other person will say, hey, look, I didn't quite understand that. Could you explain some more? Instead of reacting, they've now come to a point where they're able to have a conversation and communicate and actually acknowledge each other and the nice things they do, which, has taken them to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
But all by simply being able to drop the barriers and have a look at what that very first or that very second thing was that created it and where the seed was planted.
Yeah, I think that's the value of the biomimetic mimicry and those clearings, which is about we choose other people's patterns, pathways, choices, and symptoms. And so if our parents are choosing such things in relationship, then we choose the same type of thing. And you have to run this body process that you can learn either in the foundation class or during the 3-day body class. And also there is a verbal clearing for that. So all the biomimetic mimicries will destroy and uncreate other people's choices, pathways, and symptoms, and everything that brings up will destroy and uncreate all of that. And yeah, it can really help to become clear of these patterns and choices and symptoms of other people, let's say our parents. So it also can contribute to have a relationship that is totally free of these effects, and then you both can be yourself without these hidden patterns and dynamics.
We thought our parents were gods. You know, you look up to them like they were your everything. And it's now we can see we're our own gods and goddesses. That's when we start to really create the lives that we desire, not the lives that, I don't know that they necessarily desired them, but they kind of, you know, that was what they found
knew
themselves in those predicaments as well. And they didn't know how to be any different either.
And the tricky part is that you can only create the life that you would like to create once you become or step into total allowance with other people's choices. Because as long as you sort of defend or work against it, you create a bond, you put a charge on it, or it has a load. Therefore, it doesn't allow you to choose something else. Because for 24/7, you will say, no, this is not what I want. So you will end up having that.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly what I didn't want, I just created. Cool.
Well, luckily we're fast creators. We're potent creators.
Yeah, we can change it and just like that, Josephine.
I don't know about you guys, but when it comes to creating stuff you don't want, I tend not to just do it by halves. It's always I always go, you know, and let's choose the extreme option, like level extra hard.
It's more fun to have piles of poop on us than just a little.
Yeah. Whispers are preferable than the whack over the head.
I used to get a whack over the head. That wasn't preferable.
Ooh. Mine tends to be whispers with the, there's a wall. Let's just back away and do this a different way. Yeah. Deja vu. Whoops. It's cool.
Well, here in America, you know, where we're like the us versus them mentality and energy is rampant.
Yeah.
Thanks to our amazing president, Donald Trump. I just love him so much for bringing all of this to the forefront. It's been so awesome to watch people, literally people who didn't have voices starting to have a voice, you know?
Yeah.
Cool.
It's a huge catalyst, huh?
Totally. So, but here in America, I think it's probably about 4 o'clock in the morning, maybe 4:30. So
wow.
I was woken up. I thought it was my body, and now I'm realizing it was Andrew's children. And all of you too. So I'm gonna head off. But it was such a pleasure to be with all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us.
You're awesome, Rocco. Please tell your beautiful wife that I said hello.
All right, I tell her.
Okay, I can tell her. Wait, she's a Facebook friend.
So lovely to meet you in person.
Same here, Miss Divine. Bye.
Bye-bye. So, well, do we have anything about bodies? Anything more?
What would you suggest for not always facilitating other people's bodies? Whether it's consciously aware or just it's, do you know what I mean? I often have the awareness when I meet people, and I just suddenly I'm facilitating. My body's facilitating something, and I'm like, that's not mine, but it just naturally does it.
Oh, you have to tell your body stop.
I do.
And the more often you become aware of it, then
Yeah.
you can how to say, by awareness you can choose something else that works better for you. But
Yeah.
also, when you simply just say don't do it,
Yeah.
Also sometimes it's worth looking into what's the value of doing that.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if you made some sort of a contract in a previous lifetime and you brought that into this lifetime and locked into this body, then you may need to destroy and uncreate and revoke, recount, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy it for all the lifetimes when you signed that contract. Yeah, to let go for eternity.
Yeah.
And then you can choose something else easily.
Yeah.
So hopefully then it will not come back. But you also have to acknowledge it was valuable, because sometime you decided you have to do it. Let's say maybe your grandma or someone, or I don't know, let's say 100 or 1,000,000 lifetimes earlier, you decide that there was someone terribly sick and you just, I have to help them.
Yeah.
For any reason, because I just love them.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a special reason. I mean, more special than that.
Yeah.
I would like to be the contribution to their life.
Yes.
And then now 1,000 lifetimes later, you still do it, and not just with them, but with everyone else around you who has the same type of symptoms or the same type of things, that you become an amazing healer. And then you don't know why you can't sleep because you're facilitating others, or you don't know why you always have the same type of pain when someone with that thing walks or passes you on the street, and then and you think, I have this disease, I have these symptoms because I had that injury. You make the story up again, and it's not healing very well, and blah 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 blah. But it has nothing to do with reality. And then why I'm doing that? It's this lifetime, or previous lifetime, or parallel dimension, or whatever is that, and then
must be that parallel dimension.
yeah. And
what's it done? I'm still
all right, yeah, that was expected.
I need my electronic equipment has just gone a little crazy at the moment.
So what is your relationship with your electronic devices?
Well, one of them's just died.
And so are you willing to facilitate your electronic devices?
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you willing to tell them this is not the reality I'm willing to choose? Or what's right about this that works for me?
Yeah. I've had really awesome conversations.
So anywhere where my electronic device is mirroring who I am, or supporting me, or acknowledging me where no one else acknowledges me. Wow. And everything that it brings up, will you destroy and uncreate all of that. So what happens if you are afraid of, if you are full of fears, and then let's say meeting or having a contract, signing a contract with someone because you are aware of something, or in a previous lifetime you just had a very bad experience that just sort of burned into your being, and then suddenly your car breaks down on the way there, or your mobile phone turns off and you used Google Maps and you cannot find a place because of that, and all these things, and you think, I have to fix this terrible app that doesn't work. And It has nothing to do with that. It's your choice. But are you
Yeah.
willing to see that works for you? I mean, obviously, it doesn't really work better than being aware of what's going on and what you have chosen when you have chosen it. But yeah, I read an amazing sentence somewhere on the internet that, you know, about horoscopes.
Yeah.
And when you tell, yeah, this thing happened because of the planets, is not you
On
know,
the planet.
yeah, all the planets, it's their fault.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
mine. I haven't done anything. It's not my fault. It's my life is so ruined in these months or this year because that's because of these planets. I can't do anything.
Yeah.
Such empowering moments.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Just good.
Oh, so Andrew, what can we do with your laptop or with your PC?
But the funny thing is, just actually as you were saying that, and so the thing that you were saying about is my laptop supporting me? Is it mimicking me? Stuff like that. And yeah, I was kind of like looking at it. It's like, yes, the one that I truly desire, or what I'm thinking would be a contribution is like a gaming one with a massive, huge processor. I can run like 30 tabs. I can have image editing software, video editing software, have 2 Zoom calls going, and everything else that a typical humanoid does. You know, so it's like, yeah, give me a gaming machine or something that'll just like eat it for breakfast. But yeah, I was actually realizing there how many places that I've possibly been just maybe, you know, putting myself second or putting myself last, and whether or not the laptop is kind of mimicking the same sort of thing. So it's like, nah, sweet as, yeah, you know, whatever. One day it might happen. Yeah.
Yeah, so one part of it is not choosing what works for you, like not willing to buy what you really want to. Other part can be that, which is also interesting, when you are not acknowledging how amazing or the ways that your PC or laptop already supports you or supported for many years.
Yeah.
Also buying into that thing that a PC or a laptop sort of get tired and the motherboard and the RAM and all these things gets older and the more and more problems starts to show up, which shouldn't be like that, but we have all this type of aging and olding approach to things. So what if we could change our relationship to our devices and also to our body, and see our body as, all right, why do you have to get older? I mean, does it work for us? Would it work for your body to get older and allow your body to not just become older or look different? Because that's simply one part of it. It's allowing to change, but the other part is ruining your possibilities. That's the bastardization of your possibilities. It's like when your body gets older and less functional. When it only starts to show up in a different way, that's cool, because you just change your shape. But when it's slower and it's not that fun anymore having that body, then there is definitely something that doesn't really work, or it's not the type of relationship you want with your body.
I'm also aware that I'm holding on to some things that have maybe past their use by date in some ways. Like I've been upgrading my life in so many other ways. And funny, my technology seems to be, I'm not sure what that is actually. Just when you said, is it supporting you? Yeah, kind of is.
Well, to us as humanoids, like put ourselves, like energetically creating that self-first form of creation.
Yeah.
So anything supporting like a phone or like a laptop, it's like, nah, kind of need it, but
yeah,
it's not that important.
Yeah.
Almost architects kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. I was one of the last people to get a cell phone.
So was I.
There you go. There you go. It's like
Cell phone, Facebook.
Yep,
Yeah, my laptop's 12 years old.
mine was given to me. Every laptop I have been given. So what? Yes. Okay. So, and yet I'm writing a film about a super being.
Why would you need electronic devices as a super being?
Well, exactly. I mean,
what's your approach? What's your relationship? What's your distance from technology? Are you willing to receive all the possibilities with technology, or you are just saying that no, that's not the future I want?
I'm so fast, and I'm aware that the stuff that I've got is not maybe up to speed. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Like
Yeah.
your devices, or
Yeah. Just
so what always comes to me is where do we see something speeds? So where do we buy into a lie that makes it a limitation?
yeah.
So why do we do that all the time? Let's say, oh, I don't have the best laptop, therefore I cannot do this job, or I don't have that fast processor in the laptop, therefore I cannot do that editing thing in time. So I'm not good enough yet to sign that contract.
Yeah.
And
Israel.
yeah.
Cool.
So what if we wouldn't see these tiny things as a limitation and would break down all the barriers about all these types of limitations and saying that, all right, there should be something else available for me or for us that we could choose, or I'm ready to choose something that works for me, or in which way can I get around this? Yeah, just not giving up or not allowing the tiny things to stop us from being the infinite and amazing creator.
Yeah. Because I mean, I'm coordinating calls with Europe, America, Australia, and it's like I'm not sure. Yeah, it's for me. It's about going beyond what I'm creating now to create what I truly desire. There's a sense that some things are still coming up to speed.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for everyone for joining us. And it was really amazing to talk to Andrew. So Andrew Quinlan, the father of two, having an amazing electronic business, right? In the lovely Tauranga, and uses all the tools possible for creating a better relationship for others and for himself, and being an amazing father, and I guess lover.
No, normally I'd own that, but for some reason I'm blushing. Damn, what's happened to me? This whole barriers down thing? Becoming sensitive and aware?
So anywhere where you're not willing to
I'm
see
still
yourself.
thinking about custard and cream, eh?
Put some strawberry in the middle of it and it will be great.
Oh, actually, I'll share with you. I'll share with everybody a great use for strawberries. Now, get your mind out of the gutter. It's not. That can be used as well. Yeah, I know where you guys went. No, you know how people traditionally put lemons in water, like in a jug of water that you're offering to people. Put strawberries in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, give it a go. Give it a go. Yeah, but thank you, Rocco, and thank you everybody else on the call.
Thank you so much. Thank you for everyone for joining us. All the questions and the giggles and the great jokes and good fun. It was really different, and we like to have more fun next time.
Yeah.
And so please come and join us again in 2 weeks' time. All right. Thank you again. I will put up the video link as soon as possible. And wish you to have a lovely evening or the rest of the night, or if that's the morning, then the whole day and the weekend. And just have a lovely day and enjoy your time and create amazing relationships with your body, with your beloved ones, and never stop and never give up having fun. Thank you.
Thank you, Rocco. Thanks, Andrew.
Thank
No
you.
worries.
Thank you, Andrew.
See you guys.
Thank you, Christina.
Welcome.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.